What's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here, and as a lot of you guys know on my channel, I'm a huge Detroit Pistons fan, and for once in my damn life, I get to do a what-if trade rumor video about my Detroit Pistons. Yes, guys, there was a rumor going on. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I have seen multiple links of my Detroit Pistons potentially being in trade talks with the Indiana Pacers to acquire Paul George and Monta Ellis, who I'm not as excited about, but Paul George, guys, Paul George. Oh my life. Okay, so basically the trade is this. KCP, Tobias Harris, Stanley Johnson, and a whole bunch of draft picks for Paul George and Monta Ellis, guys, okay? Now, let me just say off, firsthand, I've talked with some other Piston fans about this, and my feelings is absolutely do this trade. Paul George is 26 years of age. This dude is a superstar. The Pistons have not had a superstar probably since, what, Grant Hill? Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Ben Walls, Rasheed Walls, they were all all-stars, but none of them were superstars. That's what made that team so great. And don't come at me saying you all had AI Allen Iverson. At that point, AI was more like Bud Bye, as in Bud Bye is time to retire. And then we had T-Mac, Tracy McGrady, but at that point, he was more like Big Mac. The dude was getting fat, guys. He was no longer a superstar. So this is definitely the first one in a while here. So we'd have Reggie Jackson, Monta Ellis, who I'm kind of indifferent about. I would prefer to get CJ Miles if that would be at all possible, just because he's a better three-point shooter. Monta, it's just kind of, I don't really know, man. He's just not really the player he once was on the Warriors. Paul George, who would just bring us that instant, 24, 25, maybe plus points per game score. We got Marcus Morris. I would prefer to have Lure starting at power forward personally, but Marcus Morris could definitely hold it down. And then Andre Drummond, a.k.a. 20-20 vision, man. 20 points, 20 rebounds, does it on the daily, it seems like. Yes, Drummond, Paul George, and Reggie Jackson. Absolutely crazy. And then the Pacers, of course, we get all those players that I announced. So I'm going to go ahead, guys. We are starting at this point in the season, so we're going to assume the trade was made today, as my Pistons got a big W against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And we're going to see how they finish out the season, guys. We're going to see how they finish it out. Also see how the Pacers do. See what kind of numbers they put up. So simulate through date the rest of the season here. Man, it's so exciting. I don't know if it will happen, but man, I would love it. KCP is a good defensive shooting guard. Kind of streaky out there. We take a lot of L's already to begin this. Just saying, man. Just saying. But yeah, so KCP's going to want $100 million. I don't personally think he's worth all that money, in my opinion. He's just not. Stanley Johnson, he had a good rookie season. I thought he was going to be quite the player, but this season he's kind of in a bit of a sophomore slump. So not exactly liking everything I'm seeing out of him. And then Tobias Harris, I did say Tobias Harris, but really he is a good player this season, and really is a good young player, and a player that you can kind of help rebuild around. Not exactly be like the main vocal piece or whatever, but a player that's still really good. It seems like he gets like 20 points and get like 10 rebounds. Probably better as a small forward than a power forward, in my opinion. But I don't know, the Pistons seem to like to run him at power forward for some reason. But I don't know, man. So far, we are third in the conference. So we are actually getting some W's out there. Beat the Golden State Warriors, which is a big W. Beat the Hawks. Beat the Jazz. Beat the Portland Trailblazers. Beat the Pacers. Blew them out, actually. So, yeah, this trade, though. If you're a Pistons fan, what do you think about this move? You guys, are you for it or against it? If you are a fan of the Pacers, are you for it or against it? If you're just a fan of the NBA, what do you think as, a person with an unbiased opinion? And just really looking at this team right here. One second, guys. This freaking simulation, damn Dreamcast loan screen shit out here, Ryan 2K, bitch ass. My God. Okay, once you always got to turn off trays or shit don't run freaking fast. Damn, we don't got all day here. I got some NBA games to watch. But it's all good. It's all good. And if Paul George was like in his 30s, it would be a different story. But the fact is, he's only 26. And none of those players being traded are going to be as good as Paul George in their career. Stanley Johnson, I guess he's a mystery, but I don't really think he's ever be as good as Paul George. So you just got to do it. And Reggie Jackson, he's a good point guard. Him and that pick and roll with Andre Drummond's absolutely deadly. We got the stretch fours with Marcus Morris and John Lure. And then shooting guard, personally, I'd like to maybe buy out Monta Ellis' contract, if at all possible. And either try to sign somebody for agency or try to do a trade or something. Maybe even try to trade Monta, because we're not going to have no draft picks. Or really just roll them for this season and see what we can get in the offseason. Maybe trade his contract then, and then maybe try to sign like a defensive-oriented shooting guard. Or Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson coming to my Detroit Pistons. It'd be looking pretty crispy out there with you. But yeah, so our record's looking good. We're a top 3 seed in the East with Paul George. And personally, I thought going into the season, the Pistons would be like a top 5 seed. They're not quite playing that potential yet, although Reggie Jackson has been injured. And that's why a lot of other Pistons fans have been telling me, yo, wait on this team a little bit, see how they do, and then go from there. Like, don't trade anybody yet, because you made it to the playoffs last season, although we got swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's simulate this game against the Orlando Magic. Simulate through date, and took a big L right there. Big ol' L, man. Damn. So we got any Pistons on this list here. Paul George, All-NBA second team. I love seeing it. Let's go. Yo, is he number 13? I thought he was number 24. Maybe he is number 13. I don't remember. But let's see how good those Pacers did out there. Actually, also, let's go to conference standings. So we finished, third in the Pacers. They did make the playoffs with the 8th seed. So this would kind of signify a rebuilding mode for them. Although Miles Turner, Stanley Johnson, KCP, Tobias Harris, that's not a bad squad. And Jeff Teague on the point guard, that's not bad at all. I wouldn't even say that's rebuild. That's just kind of, you need a few more pieces on that team. Let's go to player stats right here. So Paul George leading this team in scoring at 27 a game, getting the rebounds, getting the assists, getting 3 steals and a block. Damn! Yo, I love you, Paul. Please come to my Pistons. Please do it. I ain't gonna stop you. I ain't gonna be like, when the Lakers try to get CP3 and the NBA stopped it. We ain't gonna stop you. You can come to this team, man. Andre Drummond has 16 points and 14 rebounds out there. Reggie Jackson playing that point guard position very nicely. Marcus Morris holding down at power forward. And Monta Ellis getting himself about 11 points a game, which isn't bad. Also a few assists. Maybe I don't know much about Monta Ellis anymore. I know he used to be like a really quick scorer for the Golden State Warriors. But now I feel like he's kind of old. So maybe I'm wrong on that. Lure, love you off the bench. Bano, I mean, you've actually been holding down pretty good. So, and Deron Hillard. Yo, if anybody not know who this dude is, remember that name. This dude is a future All-Star, guys. Facts. As Cash Nasty say, facts, man. Deron Hillard, future All-Star in the NBA. Please believe. All right, also want to look at the Pacers team. Can't forget about them. So Tobias Harris. Wow. Honestly, this is actually kind of impressive, man. They got 7 players here, all with double-digit score. Like, there is absolutely no superstar or all-star on this team. This is just a team full of everybody, man. Just a whole bunch of, like, good, above-average role players. I remember Stuck is on my Pistons. Damn, this kind of looks like the old Pistons team, actually. Not really. Not really, guys. But here we go. Let's get the playoffs. We have the Celtics in the first round as a 6 seed. Pistons are 3 seed. Simulate current round. See how we do. And, wow, we swept the Boston Celtics. Celtics get no respect on this game, guys, whatsoever. It kind of disappoints me because they are a really good team. But Isaiah Thomas, he's a beast out there. Paul George, 27 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. 10 for 20 shooting, a go-to score, which is what the Pistons need. Andre Drummond, 14 and 10, so really nothing too crazy with the stats here. Actually, quite a low-scoring game. Boban got some minutes. Now we got the New York Knicks, 7 seed, should be able to beat them. Simulate current round. Let's get them. 4 games. Okay, man. 4 games to 1. Okay. Actually, an upset with the Knicks and beating the Toronto Raptors. Closeout game. Paul George, 38 points, 10 rebounds. Let's get him. Damn! Drummond, 18 and 14. Marcus, 17. Monta, 17. Yo, you scoring like that, boy, you stay on my team. Just, please bring some defense. Please. And Reggie Jackson, double-double out there. Now we have the Chicago Bulls, who upset the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is kind of crazy. And Houston is a 2 seed. Okay. This is kind of crazy, guys. Simulate current round. Swept them 4 games to 0. Okay, here we go. 24 points, 6 Oh, that's Jimmy Buckets and Dwayne Wade. Pistons, though, Paul George, who just playing like a superstar out here. Reggie Jackson, a very nice game for him. John Lure is at, stretch 4 out there doing some work. And, man, this is looking like the old days, like 2006, 2005, 2007, when everybody was like, oh, my God, here we go. It's another Pistons, Spurs matchup in the finals. So boring. I loved it. I loved it personally. Simulate current round. We got fucking 4 games to 1? They are 5th seed. We number 3, baby. Oh my God, man. Come on. I was about to win a championship. Oh my God. Look at these beast-ass numbers. 30.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 25. This score of this game was 148 to 143. Oh my God. 24 and 24 right here. What them Spurs looking like? 37-25 Paul Gasol. Slow ass. Old fossil man. You don't play like that no more. I know you don't. Anyway, guys, I really do hope this trade comes through. I would be content with losing in the finals. I would be. I mean, I would not be happy about it, but I'd be content. Thank you guys all so much for watching. And peace out, my friends.